The Aboriginal culture of Australia has survived for tens of thousands of years, making it one of the oldest continuous cultures on the planet. These early human ancestors were Homo sapiens that first inhabited Australia around 65,000 years ago during the Pleistocene epoch. Evidence such as the remains of Mungo Lady, a young Aboriginal woman who had been cremated approximately 40,000 years ago, and a complete skeleton of Mungo Man, which was similarly dated to about 40,000 years ago, make both of these fossils some of the oldest human remains found in Australia by geologist Jim Bowler in 1968. From the first human arrivals to the incredible megafauna they encountered, in this video, we're taking a journey back in time to uncover the secrets of prehistoric Australia. We'll explore how these early inhabitants adapted to a new environment and laid the foundations for an incredible culture that endures to this day. Stay with us as we discover how these early Australians left an indelible mark on history. During the Pleistocene epoch, Australia was part of a landmass called Sahul, connected to New Guinea and Tasmania. This period was characterized by fluctuating sea levels and a cooler, drier climate. The earlier Australians were Homo sapiens who had migrated out of Africa, developed advanced skills and social structures in Southeast Asia, and undertook a challenging journey to reach Australia. Our ancestors sailed to Australia using primitive boats, navigating treacherous waters and hopping from island to island through what is now Indonesia. Their arrival marked the beginning of the Aboriginal culture, which has endured over tens of thousands of years. They were nomadic hunters who roamed the vast landscapes, hunting incredible creatures that we now know as megafauna. Imagine encountering a Procoptodon Goliath, the largest kangaroo that ever lived, standing up to 2 meters tall and weighing around 230 kilograms. Even though these massive prehistoric herbivores only browsed on leaves and shrubs, one aggressive blow could mark a fatal end for our hunters. But the risk was necessary because they offered our ancestors a substantial amount of meat. Its hide was used for making durable garments and simple shelters, and its bones could be fashioned into tools like digging sticks and awls. Another amazing encounter would be the Diprotodon optum, the largest marsupial ever to have lived. Resembling a giant wombat and weighing up to 2,800 kilograms, it roamed the woodlands and grasslands, feeding on plants. It provided our ancestors with large quantities of meat, rich in protein and fat. Its thick hide was also used for clothing, while its large bones were utilized for making tools and weapons. Sadly, both of these magnificent creatures are extinct now, but fossil evidence continues to provide fascinating clues about their habitats and their eventual extinction. Are you fascinated by these ancient giants? Don't forget to subscribe for more intriguing videos. We create content about the lives of all prehistoric species. Early Australians came across many predators in their times. Some of the most formidable foes were Thylacollocarnifex, a marsupial lion, and a powerful predator with strong jaws and retractable claws, about the size of a leopard. It is a top predator in the Australian ecosystem. Fossil remains suggest Thylacoleo had the strongest bite force of any mammal, adapted to slice through flesh and bone. Wanambi naracatensis, a giant snake reaching up to 6 meters in length. It preyed on large animals and was a significant threat to early humans. Fossil evidence from the Narakatut caves in South Australia give a glimpse into the lives of this enormous constrictor, which likely ambushed its prey in dense vegetation or near water sources. Quincana, a land-dwelling crocodile that grew up to 6 meters long. It was an apex predator with a robust build and powerful bite. Quincana fossils indicate that it had long legs compared to modern crocodiles, allowing it to chase down prey on land, making it a unique and formidable foe. These predators surely shaped the survival strategies of early Australians, influencing their movement and behaviors. The need to avoid these threats contributed to the development of sophisticated hunting techniques and social structures. Over time, evidence suggests that some Aboriginal groups began to settle, transitioning from a purely nomadic lifestyle. Evidence of their settlements helps us understand how they adapted to the changing environment. Here are some major archaeological sites that reveal an interesting history through the structures they built. At Lake Condoa, Victoria, discoveries of ancient aquaculture and agricultural systems indicate a sophisticated understanding of resource management. The Gunditj Mara people constructed extensive networks of channels and weirs to farm eels, which showed their ingenuity and deep environmental knowledge. The rock shelter at Narwala Gabamung site shows long-term habitation with intricate rock art and shelter structures. The rock shelter, located in the Northern Territory, contains some of the oldest rock art in Australia, showing scenes of daily life, animals, and spiritual figures, offering a window into the culture and social life of its inhabitants. In Kakuta National Park, continuous use of shelters for thousands of years, evidenced by artifacts and art, showcase a deep connection to the land. The park's rock shelters contain layers of occupation debris, including stone tools, food remains, and paintings, providing a continuous record of human life over millennia. The transition to more permanent settlements likely facilitated the development of complex social structures and cultural practices. Early Aboriginal Australians created a range of tools, crafts, and techniques that were essential for their survival and basic necessities like attaining food. Let's delve into the most important helpers that truly reveal their ingenuity and resourcefulness in adapting to the environment. Boomerangs were important tools used by Aboriginals for hunting and warfare. These unique-shaped wooden objects were designed to return to the thrower when properly launched. Boomerangs were crafted to achieve aerodynamic flight and were used for hunting animals like kangaroos and birds. They were also utilized as weapons in combat, reflecting the remarkable skill of early Aboriginal craftsmen. Canoes played a crucial role in transportation and fishing for Aboriginal communities living near waterways. These watercraft were typically crafted from tree bark or hollowed-out logs, showcasing the resourcefulness and craftsmanship of early Aboriginal boat builders. Canoes enabled efficient travel across rivers, lakes, and coastal regions. Ultimately, this led to possibilities of trade, exploration through travel, and new resources. Weaving was a significant craft practiced by Aboriginal women, who skillfully wove various materials like plant fibers and feathers to create useful product baskets, mats, and other items for daily use. These woven objects served practical purposes such as food storage, carrying heavy goods, and making shelters if needed. Quite interesting, isn't it? The cultural practices of Aboriginal Australians are also rich and diverse. Ancient burial sites have helped us understand their spiritual beliefs and rituals. Burial sites, like those found in Lake Mungo, reveal complex funerary practices, including the use of ochre and careful placement of the deceased, reflecting belief about the afterlife and respect for the dead. Rock art depicts ancestral stories and mysterious beginnings, offering a window into their worldview and history. Sites like Ubir and Nuralangi in Kakuta National Park feature rock paintings that narrate stories of creation, ancestral beings, and major events. They serve as both historical records and cultural expressions. Now, let's get to the bottom line. How has the Aboriginal culture survived for so long? Unlike many ancient cultures that disappeared or assimilated, the Aboriginal Australians maintained a strong cultural identity and values. Despite the devastating impact of European colonization, including disease and conflict, their social community, with elders passing down knowledge, played a crucial role in their resilience. Government recognition and efforts to preserve Aboriginal rights and heritage have further supported the survival of this ancient culture. Policies and initiatives aimed at recognizing land rights, protecting sacred sites, and promoting cultural heritage have helped to ensure that Aboriginal traditions and knowledge continues to grow further. If you found this journey through the history of Aboriginal Australians interesting, make sure to watch our videos for more in-depth explorations of prehistoric cultures and their enduring legacies.